Can one separate the art from the artist? Can the artist become so insulated from the society they live in that they don't even know what is going on around them? These are some of the questions that the 2023 Oscar nominated film Tar asks of its audience. The film Tar, directed by Ted Rose, follows Lydia Tar, played by Kate Blanchett, who is a symphony conductor and a visiting professor at a university and an ethnomusicologist. We see her being passionate about her work. She sleeps and breathes music. She takes inspiration from random sounds she hears when she's asleep or when she's out on a run and then bring those sounds into her music. It is as if everything in her life exists for the music she writes. Her colleagues look up to her as well as get envious of her success. She is celebrated and respected all around the world for her work. But then there are also fissures in her personality. While she is successful and respected all over the world, she has also very little regard for the world around her. She fires people if they do not agree with the kind of music she is creating. She insists upon having almost tyrannical control over what she is creating and leaves little room for any debate and discussion. Maybe the profession of conductor itself is like this, where dictatorial control is needed. Or maybe Tar is like that. Her fall from the grace happens when an ex prodigy of her commits suicide, for which Tar was responsible. We are shown in the film the mail Tar has sent to many of her potential employers asking them not to hire her. In another instance, a video of her from her classroom leaked in which she mocks a student for saying that Bach was misogynist because he was white and sired more than 20 children. Her disregard for the political views of a new age artist becomes costly for her when she herself was accused of mistreating an ex prodigy of hers and then barring her from getting any gig in the future, which ultimately results in her prodigy's suicide. We are shown that outwardly Tar is almost nonchalant about her death, but in private she does feel affected by this. It is just that her ambition was far greater for her to pay any regard to what is going around her. There are moments in the film where at times she realizes her being in a power position and the great socio and economic disparity that exists between her and those who work in her orchestra. The world that she largely ignores come back to her in her dreams, in the form of random screams she hears while running out in the woods or when a mentally unstable woman asks her to help out her mother who has fallen from her wheelchair. Until she was asked for help, she had no idea who lived right next to her apartment. She is fired from her job and her relationship starts falling apart. Then we are shown that she is working in some unanimous Asian country conducting music for some cosplay event. In the film, we see her disregarding the need for any ethics in the artist as long as they are making art or creating supposedly high art. No doubt she follows this dictum herself when she reads the mail of her assistant without her knowledge, fires someone for giving her a suggestion, and maligns the image of ex prodigy of her. But while she disregards the need for judging the art by the values of the artist, she herself is benefited in her career by representing certain values. Her rise to that stature is also because she followed Western classical music convention. When she insists on studying the grades of music to understand the past, she is in fact promoting and following the tradition of Western classical music and the values that come with following such tradition. It was because she followed such culture and tradition and its convention so religiously that is why she was so successful. Her adherence to the proper form also reflects in her personality, as when she engages with others, including her loved ones, there is an adherence to certain convention. Even the way this film is shot reflects that. The frames of the shots are in perfect squares or rectangles, which reflects Tar's worldview and also her music. However, all this religiosity towards convention hide the fact that behind this adherence to form or convention, there exists an ambitious, perhaps also a little conservative artist who is afraid of change, who would go to any length to maintain her power and position, and also the art form and tradition she is part of. Maybe it's a bit of an overthink, but perhaps Lydia Tar is a stand in for the West itself, which remains proper, polite, and well behaved, but behind that politeness, the need to hegemonize and dominate still exists. This film eulogized the last remaining vestiges of Western civilization, which is art. And it stars an actor who gives her all for the role. To be honest, I have not seen Kate Blanchett giving a bad performance in any of her films, and this is one of the films in the long line of films she has done. One more thing, like any good Oscar desiring film, this film also doesn't leave out the chance to show Southeast Asia in a bad light. How could the West be global if it doesn't show the poor plight of Asian people? This film also shows that when Lydia moves to some country in Southeast Asia for the fear of pushback, we are not told which nation she moved to, but it is some Asian country where teenage girls sit around in massage parlors like showpieces to be picked on by white people. It is as if the film is saying, you think with political correctness, cancel culture, unemployment, and so many bad things, the West is bad? Wait till you see how people are being treated in the East. We all know that no film in the West can be considered Oscar worthy without it mudslinging at the East, and this film is just that. It is as if it checks one of the boxes required for a film to win an Oscar. Overall, the film is a good one. It was released in India on March 10th in selected theaters. You can check out this film if you really want to feel like a snob among your friends. Anyway, that's all for today now. Thanks for watching guys, and do subscribe to support our channel. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.